It's about to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Carlos Siqueira, producer of the Carlos Siqueira Show. And it's Friday. It's Thanksgiving weekend. And what is one thing, beautiful people? What is one thing that you are grateful for? You know what is one thing my boy Hoke is grateful for here? He say, Hoke, always angry. You feel me? That's how society is right now. But not here, not on Carlos Inspired Show. We have an incredible woman coming on the show today. She's a phenomenal leader. Phenomenal, amazing person. You guys gonna have such a great time here. Just by looking at the list of all the accomplishments that this amazing lady, Connie Fife, the chair of the Fife Group, founder, talent concierge, an artist labeled with a heart, because you are the brand. She's so amazing. If I put her list here on the screen, we will never finish reading. She's a 2020 Woman Economic Forum Art of the Year, 2019 Radio Personality of the Year, 2019 Most Inspirational Woman in Tech, 2019 Woman in Media, 2019 finalist, 1925 artists, advocates, and we can go on and on and on and on. She's just amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I want to bring here Connie, a.k.a. Fife. What's up, sister? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
I am doing phenomenal. I am grateful to God and Jesus and for you and every single person here right now watching us, because we are alive. And you guys are watching us at home. I want you to know that you survived 100% of your worst days. Come on, Carlos. Say it again, baby. Woo! It's about to go down. Connie, my friend, such an honor to have you here. You are a big deal, sister. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
25 business podcasts in the planet. Come on, let me get some. Congratulations.
Hey, you got it.
Your background, your list of awards. We have clients in common, friends in common, so many amazing things. You and we had a great talk the other day, and it was like 2 hours, but it sounds like it was like we knew each other for decades.
I know, we didn't even talk about what we originally called for. we just talked about all the commonalities that we have and all of the work that we've been doing. So just really, really exciting. And I'm so excited that you invited me to be here tonight.
No, it's an honor, my friend. It's an honor. And guys, the whole purpose of this show is to bring you guys amazing leaders and to drop massive, massive value that you guys can implement it, take it home, and go make it happen and pass it on to someone. If Connie and I die today, if we don't wake up tomorrow, we wanted this to be one of the best shows in the planet. So we gotta bring it. And for you guys that are live, drop a comment below from wherever you are watching. And if you're watching us on TV and you cannot drop a comment, go on Instagram at Carlos Inspire and send me a question there. My team is watching, and we can bring some of your questions here on TV Live. If you're here on the replay, type in #replay, subscribe, share it, tag someone here today. And Connie, I want to start with actually something cool here today. I want to ask you a question, because you like me. I like to break the rules, and you've broken all the rules. Leading the way for many over your lifetime, becoming a role model. What is your advice to today's young women that are still trying to figure it out who she wants to be? And the question is on the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm just going to start right out. When I say, and people have told me I've broken all the rules, if I go back to when I first started out, I'm not going to say how many years, but if I go back to when I first started, for me and my family and the culture and how I was raised, I should be a housewife right now today. But that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do so much more with my life. I wanted to be able to do so much for other people too and help them achieve and inspire them. And my advice to young women today, or women of any age that are looking and saying, I want more out of my life than I did before, go for it. Don't let anyone or anything hold you back, because there is always, if there's a will, there's a way, and you can definitely get that done.
Wow. Now, I love that, Connie. I love that. And here's something that I like to surprise my guests in taking like screenshots from their social media and their website. Like, you had no idea I was going to put your I could never finish reading them all. It's just so amazing. You have so many, and that's why I love to amplify and bring it, because it's good. Sometimes we forget to celebrate.
Sometimes we do.
We forget to tap ourselves in the back.
And we do.
And this is going to actually lead to my next question, because you guys listening to us now, and here's the thing. Connie, she's extremely talented. She's always looking for talent. Myself, I'm a producer. I'm always looking for talent. And I want you guys to know, you guys watching us at home, that you are the brand. So tell us about this right here, Connie, that I saw on one of your sites. You are the brand, because I don't think people see. But look ahead, we're talking about celebrating, and it says we believe in celebrating the immense power of our talent, and for the artists, in the way, for everything that we do. So for people that are watching us, can you please, drop some wisdom? Why so important that they are focused on building their brand, their persona, and not just the company? Because 20 years from now, everything is going to be robots, AI, smart homes. And when everybody's not even going to use the phone anymore. Everything's just going to show up in the air, or you're going to talk to something and you're going to say stuff. Hey, search for this.
I know, they're going to answer.
But you see that, Connie, I'm always speaking in masterminds around the world, and I'm constantly pushing people to understand the power of branding and building themselves.
Right.
And I want you to actually touch bases on this, because you're extremely experienced in this field and you have the receipts. You've been walking in this for so long. And I mean, you are connected to presidents and to nations, and I mean, with all your background. So just enlighten us here, Connie, and help me push this home. Why is it so important that they focus on building their brand more than ever nowadays, so they don't have to rely on people say, hey, Siri, hey, Google, let me get an actor, let me get a concierge, let me get an agent, let me get an attorney, let me get a health coach, a mindset coach, a business coach. No, we want the people to ask Siri to ask for our names, not topic. So please let's talk a little bit about that, because I know that's going to serve a lot of people here.
I mean, let's jump back to what you said, when we don't celebrate ourselves enough. Okay. And I am totally guilty of that. I've been in this business for 14 years. Before this, I was CEO of international organizations, director at organizations. What you don't recognize, or what you don't realize, that you are the brand. Everything that you do, everything that you touch, put your hand in, whether you are an entrepreneur building your own business, or whether you're working in an organization, people are still coming to you for a reason. And a lot of times, most of the time, it's not because of what you're doing or what you're serving or what you're selling. It's for you. And if people don't recognize you and know who you are and what you offer, they're not going to recognize you at all. Like you said, if you're going to Siri and you're looking for somebody, you want that name, you want that person to come up, to pop up. So how we got to You Are the Brand, and I say we because my husband joined our company, and he's part of it too. So we did this massive brainstorming around how we help people, because a challenge when we're helping people, and I'm a seminar junkie, and I've taken so many seminars over the year. And the biggest challenge I always get is they don't show you how to do it. Yes. So our business is built on that premise of showing someone how to do it. So we dug deeper, and really said, okay, what are they really missing as individuals when they're building their business? And everything is about a brand. And then we took it a little bit further and said, well, wait a minute, it's because you are the brand.
Yes.
Because everything that you do is about you. And that is everything that we do in our business is about the individual, is about how we serve you and you becoming and creating your brand. And that's how you will be recognizable in the marketplace.
Yes. No, I love that, Connie. I love that. And I see how you do things, you know. I see some of the similarities that we have. You really invest. I mean, you wouldn't become who you are today, top 25 business podcasts, you know, in the planet, because you put your heart into it. You celebrate, like, you know, you have your crazy ones community. You love like that. You know, it's like, you know, because that's what life is. You have to experiment.
Right.
You have to do crazy stuff. Like, you know, like I do my invisible shirt. Sometimes I'm fully invisible here. And I'm doing stuff. I bring questions on the screen. You know, I do things that are different. You know,
right.
Sometimes they don't do, but those subtle things, testing and being creative, bringing images from the past or from your sites, or from they love it. And you see their body language, you know, because that brings the best of us. That we really tap into that inner, that joy.
And that's you, and that's your brand. And so you really encompass that you are the brand. And that is what's so cool and unique about you. And the Crazy Ones community, it's really interesting because, again, you know, people say, I want to do what you do, and I want to have this lifestyle business, and I don't know how to do it, and people call me crazy. And, you know, so we're like, okay, we're going to create the Crazy Ones community. And it's like, it's okay. You can come and be part of these other people and work with and talk with other people who think like you, who want to be more than what you are today. And again, it's okay to be crazy. We can do that.
It's like I always tell, and I approach my clients all the time before they go on the stage, and I tell them to do crazy shit. They oh, hell no, we cannot do this. I tell them, oh yeah, we're gonna tape your ass and you're gonna walk in there, you know. And I give them crazy ideas, right, to do things. Or whenever we're shooting like a Super Bowl commercial, and I see how they are doing things, I'm like, no. Let's actually make this tweak, this tweak, this tweak. And you know, whenever you're going to build mega commercials, lots of opinions, a lot of opinions. And I go, what is my card? I'm like, no. And I have it on me. I go, wait a minute. Because they start arguing. But you got to pay attention to the details.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? It's like the little, you know, people talk about, you know, I say it's cute. You see a lot of trainers out there and consultants, and they talk about the 2 millimeter rule. Like, no. It's the 0.2 millimeter rule that's going to be the difference versus you making $1 million a month, a week, or a year, or in one day.
Yes.
It's the strategies that you are using, the audience that you're going for, how big is the reach, how deep are you going into that niche of a niche, all the little variables, and the colors, how you messing with colors and with sound, and you know, little things, the freaking furniture, you know,
like I said, just those little tweaks. Like, again, either going deep in the space that you want to be playing in, and sometimes it tests the waters. And if it doesn't work, shift. I mean, I've been doing this for 14 years. Trust me, I've shifted several times. A lot of people this year did a lot of shifting. So it's okay to do that, but stay true to your brand.
Yes.
You can't keep changing that, because then people are going to get confused to who is this person? I don't know who they are.
And here's something that you touched base is actually before I got there, which is somebody wants to get good at what you are great at, my friend. And what do you recommend? Because you're super talented. You're an amazing show host. You are an amazing talent person. You're great at finding talent. Like, you know, like I'm becoming better, but not even near. You know what I mean? Like, because you know it is when you produce movies and you produce podcasts and you produce shows, I have to be very selective. Okay, I have a very strong process of vetting. Okay, tell me about your why. Tell me about your mission. Why should I invest my time, my company, my resources, my team in helping you produce in helping you produce your TV show? So sell me you to me. And you are incredible at finding talent and you are incredible at doing your podcast show, and you're incredible at so many things. And for people watching us here now, and let's say, if they wanted to become great, not even great because you're so amazing, but let's just become good at what you had, what would you recommend them doing, Connie? Where should they start? What would you say to lead that path?
Where should I really start to really get clear on what it is that they want to do? And that's the hardest thing for a lot of people to get clear on. I mean, they could be 2 years into building their business and still not clear on what it is that they want to do. So again, what am I good at besides talking? I like to say that I'm a really good mentor, and I know I am to high achievers, and helping them take that to even a level of success. But I didn't get there overnight. So when somebody is looking for what they're really good at, first, let's back up. If it's somebody who has left their position, like say their corporate position, and are stepping in, they want to get in the platform, they want to get in production with the movies or commercials or speaking. The first thing that we go through that, of what are they good at? What were you good at before that you can bring now? Because that'll help them with their mindset. That'll also help them with their confidence, because it's something that they know. And once you start using that and you really retain that confidence, then you can start growing and stepping into other areas that you're maybe a little uncomfortable with, but that's really the place that you want to go. So you have to get really good at being uncomfortable and go into a place, and that's where you're going to get good at something.
Yes, no, I love that. You know, one thing that I always say, Connie, I say to my daughter, to my wife, to my clients, to my friends, to the little kids in the villages that I mentor in different countries,
right?
That you have to constantly put yourself consciously into an uncomfortable situation
Yes.
Single day for the rest of your life.
Oh, I love it.
Say it again. Consciously, like you have to say, I'm going to face my fears today, no matter what, baby. Come on, fear, bring it, damn it. I'm going for you. I'm gonna go. Like, it's the little shit, right? It's like right now, I'm hardwired here because of some of my healthy conditions.
Right.
I have my little device here. And by the way, let me give my sponsor here a little shout, Let me bring it up over here in this room. It's my show sponsor, Healy, the lifestyle and health wearable with frequencies for your life. You want to become like an X-Men or Superman where you get hurt, your organs are failing, you have a problem, you just put your finger in this device, it will read your fingerprint, and it will send you the frequencies to your organs, and it will make you look like Carlos. Just a little shout here. But you see, it's silly stuff like that, right? Talking about a sponsor in a way that's funny, because I'm using it. A lot of my clients and my followers, they know me. I never promote or I allow a sponsor. Like, my show is not for sale. I'm not a hooker. You know what I mean? It's people cannot just say, hey, I want to sponsor your show. Here's money. I'm like, no. I need to try your product. Let me see it. Let me test it. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to promote it. Period.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, period. I'm not even entertain. I need to see, I need to feel it, I need to test it. And that's why I want to give a big shout to Healy, that's helping so many people globally, deal with all kinds of stuff. You cannot say the word heal, but I'm telling you, it helps a whole lot.
Well, good.
Problems. So thank God and thank Healy and all my prayers and all my prayer warriors out there. A big shout. Check it out. Bit.ly, bit.ly/healing tribe. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. It's freaking awesome. All right, done with sponsors. Right back to Connie, badass rock star. And Connie, tell me something. You see how we roll. I cannot help it. Tony, so check it out, Connie. Here's the thing. You are founder of Talent Concierge, the Crazy Ones community, as we talk, and the host of one of the top business podcasts. I mean, your next project, right? Your passion project, Born Life. Share more with us and why that has become your passion, sister. Tell us about the Born Life project.
Well, the Born Life project, it is, oh my gosh, it is my passion project, and I just get moved by doing it. I'm actually sitting in Nashville right now because we are here looking at property that's going to be hosting the foundation for the Born Life project here in Nashville. So that's So the Born Light Project, really where it came from is because I see and have seen so many foster kids who age out of the system and find themselves living on the streets, drugs, alcohol, just in very bad situations. And I grew up not in foster care, but I did grow up with my grandmother. And there was always something that just pulled at me when I seen kids living this way, having no direction. I was a former CEO of Girl Scouts at Penns Woods Council. I would go to our camp to visit with the girls, and a lot of them were low income, foster kids, foster girls. And I would hear their story, the story of sadness, and they had no dreams and no desires because they were never given an opportunity. There was really no one showing them that there is a path forward for them in their life. And why I connected with that was because living with my grandmother, I took care of the household, and she was pushing me and forcing me to quit school when I turned 16 years old, so I can continue caring for the family, get another job, make sure everything was getting paid for, which I was already doing. She died shy of my 16th birthday. And after that, I like swung the pendulum, and I became a pom-pom girl, and I was on the honor society, and I just dove into everything. And education was really important to me because I always felt that was my path out of this environment that I was living in. So fast forward several years, experiencing this with Girl Scouts and seeing a lot of the girls this way, and then living in Los Angeles, there are so many kids living on the streets there, and I would have conversations with them, and it's, I'm like, how old are you? And, they'd be 18, just getting out of foster care, living on the streets. They had nothing going forward. So Born Life is being created as an ecosystem, beginning of renewing life. And it's bringing together all of the talent that I work with, from movie producers and actors and speakers and professional athletes, and bringing your talent and sharing your talent and becoming a mentor to these kids, young adults that are aging out of the foster care system, and working with them and showing that there is something going forward. And we're doing it on the STEAM model: science, technology, engineering, arts, music, math, so all of that we're bringing all together. And again, creating this learning lab for these kids so they have something to go forward on in their life. So it just really pulls at my heart when I see that. So going forward, we have a really ambitious goal for this, and it would have happened in 2020, but a lot of things got pushed forward. So that's why we're here in Nashville now, looking at some properties to get it established here in early 2021. And I am just so looking forward to really taking off with this. And there's such excitement around growing this project with a lot of people I speak with. So really right now I'm in the throes of looking, at funding and making sure we have all of that in place, in addition to all of the other pieces, who's going to run the foundation. So we have, all of that is being worked out, but I'm really excited where we're going with that.
Yes, no, I'm very happy for you. And me, I'm definitely looking forward to adding value to that as well myself. And then
yes.
Some ideas for you as well. Later on, we can talk about this. If you have some musicians connections over there, I got a couple of ideas. I dealt with a bunch of musicians before in some other major projects. I know some stars. I even had some rock stars on the show here that played for like yeah. So now I have some great ideas and ways to raise money. A lot of money in concerts with very little money. And it's that 0.2 millimeter,
That's right.
that we're talking about. So you and I later gonna actually talk about this offline, and then I will share some strategies. And for you guys actually like listen to us here right now too, it's all about getting creative, guys. You know what I mean? Like if you have a group, let's say if you guys have a YouTube channel and you got like 500 people live, and let's say you're raising money, let's say for 10 grand, and for the 10,000 is gonna build a house, for example, or it's gonna provide food, like $1 here, it's like 10. In other countries, like 1 meal here, you can buy 10 meals in Africa. So let's say 10 grand, that's like 100,000 meals. And if you have an audience for 500 people on your YouTube, let's say if you build an event or you build a challenge and you have 500 people show up, all you have to do is ask everybody to commit $20. $20 times 500 people is $10,000. So it doesn't take much. Is it strategically building the event? Advertising, promoting, bringing speakers, adding massive value, building that community. And then as you do your challenges, as you do in your event, then now you have this audience there receiving so much value, they're not gonna mind putting in $20 because they are there for free. They are super grateful. When you add that much value to somebody, have you guys ever attended an event here where you go, you're like, wow, I was invited here for free. I feel like I owe this person. And so whenever you do something, if you're trying to raise money, whether it's to sell a course or whether it's for your nonprofit, guys, I want you guys to think about this. Just get creative. That's what I do when I help people put challenges together. It's always strategic, and we add so much value. We help people make money before they spend money. By the time that they are there, guess what? They're going to want to continue the journey with you, and you end up making more money, but so many more stuff. And speaking of the Born Life Chew, we're going to be connecting also. I'm going to have you come in maybe next Wednesday on our movie nights. So every Wednesday we do our movie nights. Yeah. And we have producers, musicians, actors, and influencers from around the world, and we all meet. So I'm going to drop it over here, the link below. Let me see, for our movie nights. Everybody watching us, if you guys want to come and join us, every Wednesday, it's going to be our movie nights from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Just go to bit.ly/movie movement. Over there, you guys can actually watch the trailer for a movie that we're going to be releasing during the holidays. That's actually called In Hero, that we're going to talk about suicide in a way that's inspirational. So we can help reduce the amount of suicide among those girls that you mentor, among the boys that I mentor overseas, and among many young adults and adults that are suffering from this disgrace, from this disease, from this evil spirit, or whatever you guys want to call it. But suicide, anger, anxiety, this shit's keeping increasing, and we're gonna give the devil a run for its money. We're gonna the way how we're gonna do it, sister. We're gonna do it with entertainment, with what you and I are great at.
Well, I'm with you, and again, I know we're already talking about some collaboration and some different projects together. So I'm in, and I'm truly looking forward to doing that again. And what you're doing right now, I commend you again with suicide. I mean, I have family members and friends that have either committed suicide or attempted suicide, and it's hard, and it's on the person. It's also hard on the family. Yes. When you try to help, sometimes, and you get, you want to get them in counseling or something, but what you're doing and doing it through entertainment and showing a different perspective of it, really shifting that mindset. I really commend you for the work that you're doing on that.
I appreciate it. It's just a big time now. God bless you. You're so amazing. And tell me something. Here's a question that I love also asking, all the leaders coming to the show, which is because you are such a strong person. So how do you step into your leadership? Because now it's more important than ever that people really are leading. Because here's the thing. Sometimes if people are too soft, I'm telling you, most soft leaders, they are broke. That's the reality. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say that here because you feel me. You gotta be strict. You gotta be on it, because if you don't, guess what? The speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
You are a very strong woman. I mean, you're amazing at leadership. So how do you step into your leadership, sister?
Well, really good question. When I look at that and stepping into your leadership, and for me, I'm not talking about a leader of an organization. I'm talking about you as a person, as a leader of your brand, as a leader of your image. So how I would step into my leadership is, again, being very clear on what my vision is and where I want that to go. Somebody said this to me about a year ago, really. They said, don't let someone else lead your business. Don't let someone else take away your dreams. And I kept sitting with that. Don't let someone else lead my business. And I thought that's absolutely right, because when you're in business, especially for yourself, and especially when people are just starting off or struggling, or they come to a roadblock, they will let other people step in and lead their business, meaning, maybe there's a potential client they want to work with. And rather than taking that leadership role and saying, this is how I will work with this client, what is about that person that they need to sell me, like you said before, how are they going to sell me that this is the best person for me to be working with? That's a leadership. That's how I step into my leadership role, versus I do see people, and again, guilty, that they'll say, well, no, if they want it this way, I'm going to do it that way so I can say I have another client. But that's wrong. That's when you are giving your leadership. That's when you are giving your power away. So you need to take control and hold your leadership, run the business the way you want to run it, run your life the way you want to run it. And that's when you are holding and stepping into your own leadership.
That's awesome. He's a group of teenagers and kids and young adults that I support overseas. And those kids, they are incredible. And they are asking a question here that I'm going to read it to you, which is, what is the most important risk you took and why?
Oh, the most important
Great question.
I
That's
took.
From Moon on the Philippines, and then Leo. Moon is like, he's on his early 20s, and then Leo is on a 12 years old kid. And
Wow.
we're helping those kids out there, and it's just phenomenal work. We got these communities that I help throughout the world, whether it's Philippines, Brazil, Mexico, and Africa. And they just, I'm always inspiring, pushing them, because one day I was just like them, 7 years old, broke, no father. Wanted to do myself, and I had to work my way out of the hood. And what a great question. So what is the most important risk you took and why?
Wow, let's see, which one?
I know you have so many crazy stories that
I know.
I've been challenging you to get your book out, this accountability by my
I know,
birthday.
and I gave you a date. We're gonna get it done. Let me go, because of their age, and like you, I found myself as a teenager, not living on the streets, but always, my grandmother died and I was only 15 yet. It's like, okay, where do I live now? Whose couch do I want to go crash on tonight? So there was a little bit of that for a couple of years. The biggest risk that I took, well, initially, and again, this was part, and I'm going to go to relationships, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
So initially, I thought, okay, this guy wants to marry me. He's going to give me a house. It'll be nice and secure, and the house with the white picket fence. And I got married. And 3 years later, I had my daughter. 3 years later, I had my son. 6 months later, I walked out. That was the biggest risk that I guess I started with, because when I walked out, I didn't have a job, I didn't have a house, and I had 2 little babies that I was taking with me. But I found a way to make it happen. Yeah. Okay. School, again, like I said, initially, I did finish high school, but college wasn't in the cards for me at that point. And I wanted school. I really wanted school. It was that important to me. So I left with my 2 kids. I got a job and I went to school full time.
Wow.
My kids went to class with me.
That's what I'm talking about. I love those stories.
And they're 2 of the most independent kids today. Because they knew education was strong. And then 11 years later, I married someone who came with 3 more, and I raised 5. So all 5 of them know that education is so important. At least finish your high school. They went on, most of them have their master's degree. But it is so important to have that education. And then, you could do a lot of different things without having a big education. Yeah. But the thing of it is, maybe it's a trade school, but learn that skill. Yes. And that skill will stay with you for the rest of your life. And not only is it a skill that you have, it's also going to give you that confidence.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I love that answer, and I just love it. I love when women they do those things. You know me, I was raised by women, and I have so much respect.
Yeah.
So many little girls, and that I, that's why I'm so passionate. Helping anything that I can to help, whether it's rescue them from sex trafficking or help
Yes.
bringing them back into a community after so much trauma. And
Yes.
I love it. I love hearing stories like yours. Many times when I speak at events, when I see a woman there and they have their kids with them, and they're gonna or or they have their kids with them on the stage. I
Right.
love, literally, I walk to them and I say, I wanted to help you. It's like,
Right.
because you gotta respect the hustle. You know what I mean? It's like you take
Right.
them to the event, you say, okay, kid, you be right here, play with the toys. I'm gonna go on the stage, and then if the kid doesn't listen, get your ass over here, and then you on the stage.
Right. Now
And
you just stay right here until
but you don't quit. And that's the spirit.
you can't quit. Like I said, I took them to class with me. They became friends with, I mean, my classmates were younger than me at that point, and they would, take my kids in the library or read to them so I can get my studies done. People will help you.
Yes.
They will truly help you, but you have to go after what it is that you want. You can't stop. You can't let anything hold you back. And that's why I say, become part of the Crazy Ones community, because we're here to support you so you can go after that and go after your dreams.
Yeah, no, what an incredible story, sister. This is just freaking awesome. I can't wait to have you back on the show.
There is so much more we can talk about.
This is always the sad part when it comes closer to the end. But here's a question I'd like to end this show with. So right now you are 35 years old. We're going to fast forward 100 years from now, and is your eulogy. They're all there. I'm there. He's smoking a Cuban cigar, drinking some 40-year-old scotch, listening to AC/DC with my Italian hat and my Brazilian, sombrero or something. And then they're gonna read your eulogy, and they're gonna say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Connie Fife was an incredible human being and leader, helping so many kids. And Connie Fife was ... What is it going to be, that legacy, sister? What is it going to be?
She was an unstoppable woman that had a heart that wanted to give back to every single person and wanted to see no one in pain. And we would be listening to AC/DC, but we would be drinking Kentucky bourbon.
Oh, my bourbon friends.
That's right. I'm bourbon all the way.
Oh, Connie, I love it, my friend. What a beautiful answer. I love it. That's incredible. And my friend Connie, what is the best place that they can follow you? What are you most active on social media that they can continue to watch you and follow this journey, my friend? Because you have...
They just look for Connie Fife on social media. We're active mostly on LinkedIn and Facebook. So that's the best places, but everything covers me with Connie Fife. And again, Fife is Peiff.
I was just about to do that.
And everybody gets that spelling wrong.
Trust me, I know my last name too. That YEI, so many vowels.
Right.
But here's her name, guys. Connie Fife is on the screen. CONNIE and then PHEIFF. Connie Fife in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Any last words, my friend?
I'm thrilled to be here, and just for everybody listening, just go after your dreams, go after what it is that you want, and don't let anyone stop you, because you are the brand.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Another amazing episode of the Carlos Siqueira Show. I will see you guys here every Monday, every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then on Wednesdays, we have our special training edition where whether it's myself or some special guests, when we are teaching and we are all educating and it's all technical training every Wednesday, 5 p.m. But Mondays and Fridays, you already know it. We got some incredible guests lined up for next week. You don't want to miss it. Monday at 5 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Friday at 5 p.m. next week, Wednesday next week at 5 p.m. Wednesday next week, also we're doing a special on Zoom with movie nights. And you guys know it, guys. If opportunity doesn't knock, you go build that dream, my friend. You go build that door and you keep building it. You become a carpenter. Just like my brother Jesus, he was knowing his town only as Jesus. He has to keep it going around to more and more towns and sharing his message. Whatever, if he did it back in the day, you can do it nowadays. And you know it, my friend. Life, nothing is easy. Is it worth it? Of course. Is it easy? Hell no. You know the drill. The days that break you are the days that make you. It's your boy, Carlos Siqueira, in the house. I love you guys. God bless you. I'm extremely thankful and grateful for all your support over the years. If I don't wake up tomorrow, I want you to know that life is about the mission, never the commission. Have an outstanding day.